Hello and welcome to Brodual. Today we're very excited to be sharing the Beyond Skyrim Bruma mod. Beyond Skyrim is a massive multi-team mod project that aims to open Skyrim's borders by bringing the neighbouring provinces to life. The end goal is to let you travel to lands beyond Skyrim, eventually opening up all of Tamriel to the player. Bruma is the first official release, acting as a sort of teaser for the project as a whole. It reintroduces Bruma County and City, first featured in the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. However, this isn't a direct remake, but instead it's been reimagined and recreated from scratch. It's also set in the current year of Skyrim, so you get to see how a chunk of Cyrodiil has changed over the past 200 years. The fully explorable area is filled to the brim with new dungeons, points of interest and secrets, all brought to life with more custom art assets than any other comparable mod for Skyrim. In fact, in many ways the mod is larger in size and scope than the Dragonborn DLC. Although Bruma offers something very different in terms of gameplay, but I'll get into that later. To travel to Bruma you just need to cross the border. There's no arbitrary new methods of travel, but instead the mod simply tears down the invisible wall at the southern border, near Falkreath. So to reach Bruma just grab a horse and trot right down to the now fully accessible border gate. That is of course if you can convince the Imperial Legionnaire guarding the gate to let you through. Luckily he's willing to vouch for you if he recognises your abilities or fame in some way. So for example, if you are a member of the Imperial Legion, or let's say if word of the Dragonborn has travelled this far south, then he'll let you pass. There are several other ways to get through though, including sneaking past the guards and picking the lock, or just slaughtering every single last one of them. With that sorted, welcome to Cyrodiil. A new province means new customs, scenery, wildlife and more. The authors haven't skimped on implementing the Cyrodiil versions of things that also exist in Skyrim. This includes the architectural styles of buildings to how they're decorated inside. You probably won't consciously notice and appreciate all of the new custom assets, but they've all come together to make it feel like you're truly in a foreign land. Everything from the new sets of furniture to the new styles of silverware. It also means you'll be able to get your hands on a ton of new styles of weapons, armour and clothing, as well as see a host of new creatures, plant life and more. At the heart of the county is its city, which itself is north of Cyrodiil's own heart, the Imperial City. Bruma is described as Imperial in style but Nordic in heart, which is reflected by its inhabitants and building style. It's ruled by a count, who oversees more than 70 citizens that live within the city walls. In the Elder Scrolls style, every NPC comes with their own dialogue, relationships, stories and routines. This gives each one of them their own memorable identity. There's no filler NPCs, just like there's no filler buildings. They take advantage of over 24,000 lines of fully voiced dialogue, coming from a mix of professional and semi-professional voice actors. Just to give you an idea, the whole of vanilla Skyrim comes with 70,000 lines. So that's roughly a third of the voice acting from a AAA game, but in a community created mod. The quality is also superb, arguably better than any other mod before it, and in many areas on par with vanilla. One of the best things about the mod is that because it's set in the current day, it gives you some insight into how the events of Skyrim are affecting the other areas of Tamriel. With talk of a dragon crisis and a civil war, the effects of Skyrim are the talk of the town for a county so close to the border. You'll also get to see how Cyrodiil is reeling after the effects of the Great War. Exploring the city is a lot of fun and reminiscent to how huge and compact the cities were in Oblivion. You'll get to visit new factions, including the Fighters Guild and the remnants of the now disbanded Mages Guild, which broke up after the Great War. You'll also notice a clear class divide within the city, which has caused strife within the community as a whole. Also in the classical Elder Scrolls way, these strangers are willing to offload all of their problems onto you. Unlike other large-scale mods and DLC, Bruma doesn't come with an overarching main story. Instead it'll be like visiting another hold of Skyrim. So there's a bunch of quests of varying sizes, but they're all contained within the main city and its surrounding areas. Some quests are entirely unique, coming with new cutscenes, puzzles and battles, but each one is separate and not part of a bigger story. Then you also have the more typical side quests, like go fetch this or go deliver that. So that's what I meant earlier when I said Bruma offers something different in terms of gameplay. Instead of working towards a bigger goal, you should just enjoy exploring and questing in a new part of Tamriel. The bigger quest lines as well as the fully joinable factions will come once the whole of Cyrodiil is released. So despite offering at least several hours of new gameplay, Bruma is simply a teaser for more to come. And at this quality, we can't wait. In its current state, the mod is only available for the Legendary Edition of Skyrim. However, once the bugs have been ironed out, a Special Edition version will follow soon after. The rest of the Beyond Skyrim project will then be exclusive to the Special Edition, so Bruma is the only part of the mod that will ever be available for the original game. This is due to the limitations of the older engine. For example, the city of Bruma will cause a drop of up to 20 or even 30 frames per second in certain areas. It doesn't matter what your mod setup is, the game simply can't handle that many objects on your screen at once. But the good news is, the authors claim the drop will only be around 5 FPS in the Special Edition. Once both versions are released, we'll make another video comparing the two. You spend a lot of time in the city, so we imagine the drop in frames is essentially unplayable for a lot of people. If you're wondering why they didn't put the city in its own cell, it's because it apparently made little to no difference to performance. There's still too many houses and other objects on your screen. One of the most exciting things about the mod is that it's proof that nearly 6 years on we can still get a mod of such high quality being released. And knowing that this is just the beginning of the Beyond Skyrim project, it makes it all the more exciting. The team have done a fantastic job in emulating the Elder Scrolls style. It's packed to the rim with new content and over 3 hours of fantastic original music. The city feels compact and fresh, and the other locations are unique and fun to explore. Every single character, even some of the usually mindless bandits, have their own purpose and identity. And as I said, there's no filler NPCs, no filler buildings, no random empty stretches of land. Everywhere you go has something to do. If you want to jump right into the mod, then you can find a link down below. If you're interested in joining the Cyrodiil team and building the mod with them, then we'll include a link to their website down below too. They particularly need artists, 3D modelers, landscape designers and people familiar with the creation kit. However, even if you can't offer any of that, I'm sure they'll appreciate your support on their forums. And that's the end of today's spotlight. As always, be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy, be sure to check out g2a.com, and thanks for watching.